1960s England. The nation is finally breaking out of its post-war austerity. A new generation of hipsters, mods and beatniks are turning heads all over London. At the centre of that swinging scene is a positively groovy sports car, unlike anything that has come before, the E-Type Jaguar.
Here was a car that signalled, hey, Britain was at the centre of the hip-hop happening 60s, and the E-Type was part of that.
The E-Type, to me, it is the most beautiful car in the world. No other car before or since has been so beautifully, beautifully designed.
When we buy these cars now, when we wax lyrical over them, when we spend all the money we haven't got rebuilding them, it's because we're trying to recapture that seminal moment of March 1961 when this car changed the way the world thought about sports cars. It was just the most dramatic thing anybody had ever seen.
When the E-Type hit the world, it just was a collective gasp. I mean, this car was pure sex. We like to say that if birth control pills hadn't been invented, when the E-Type came out, they would have needed to invent them very quickly.
The most phallic of all cars ever produced, the E-Type. It was, you know, it was a, what was they say, a horizontal expression of man's intention or something.
The E-Type was one of the first production cars to do 150 miles per hour. It was a direct descendant of a long line of racing Jags that had dominated circuits in the 1950s.
The reason why it was special was not only its design and its looks, it had the classic improved engine that was originally in the D-Type, that was a famous racing car, but also it was ridiculously cheap.
And this was the democratization of the racing car. Anybody could buy one of these cars. Doesn't mean you didn't have any driving skill. You could just go in, pay your Jaguar dealer £2,000, and you were driving around lit by your own personal spotlight. Everywhere you went, there was a shaft of gold because you had an E-Type.
The E-Type was famous for its unique beauty. Unfortunately, it also had a reputation for falling apart. In many ways, the E-Type was style over content.
Rust proofing was not a very advanced science back in those days, and they just literally rust from the inside out. Go to start your car after a week, turn the ignition, the fuel pump wouldn't go tick, 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 so you take a small hammer and just tap the fuel pump, and it should startle it into life. A Jaguar always had a lot of mechanical problems, and back in those days, Lucas Electricals were the butt of many jokes, like, why do the British drink warm beer? Answer, because they have Lucas refrigerators.
It was a good idea to be really close friends with your mechanic because you were going to see them a lot. You know, so you might as well put them on the Christmas card list.
It overheated. There wasn't enough room for your feet. The brakes were heart-stoppingly bad. The headlights, you couldn't see at night. But that's what it's all about, as far as I'm concerned, with a sports car.
You couldn't make this car now because of all the product liability, all the lawyers, all the solicitors. They just wouldn't allow you to. Too fast, too dramatic, too dangerous, too wonderful. So we've overtaken everything on the road. We've touched 105 miles an hour. This is a 44-year-old car, and it feels great. It's fantastic. It's still as captivating, still as exciting, still as sexy as it was in 1961. Now do you understand?